Welcome back to another episode of the Breadwinner Energy Podcast. Hello, friends. We are back and we are just 1 or 2 weeks away from Black Friday, Thanksgiving. Next week is Thanksgiving. How insane is it that the year is almost over? I feel like this year has gone so incredibly fast, but also been super long at the same time. It's been weird, but next week is Thanksgiving and then Black Friday, and I have a very, very special offer for you guys. I am doing a 6-week live group coaching program, which is absolutely insane. 6 weeks together, completely live with me every day in Slack, every week live on calls to build and sell your group coaching program. Now, the kicker is that this is only $197. Yes. One payment of $197 to join me for 6 weeks live. So if that is something you're interested in, if you're ready to build your program, your offer, an offer that you're confident in, that you love, that you have very, very specific messaging and marketing, and you know who you support, you know how you help them, you're confident in getting your clients results and then selling it, you're going to want to join this. This is insane. I'm never going to have an offer this low again for this level of support with me. So grab your ticket. The link will be below. Now, in other Black Friday news, what is happening, what is coming is that we are setting you up for success in 2024. What does this mean? This means that you can lock in your spot right now, whether that is in Coach Skills, Coach School, or 100K Academy for 2023 pricing. Pricing is going to go up in 2024 for our programs. And so if you are ready to be a certified coach, you want to be certified in skills in just 6 weeks, you're going to want to join Coach Skills. You get lifetime access to the portal, which gives you our past 2 rounds that we've already done. You get all those replays, you get the workbook, and then you will do 6 weeks live with me to do your coach skills. You will practice with your peers and you will be certified in 6 weeks. So grab that if you want to be certified, and that really pairs with any of our programs. If you are already a coach, you're a new coach, you are a service provider who wants to coach, and you want to be certified in 6 weeks, grab Coach Skills. Then we have Coach School, which is where we help you build and launch your group coaching program in 6 months. This is going to be a little bit different than what we've done in the past. And the reason being is because I'm going to walk through this entire program with you for 6 months. So what is this going to look like? Month 1, we are building your offer. So every day, every week for the first 30 days, we're building out your offer. Who do you support? How do you support them? What is your messaging and your marketing? And what does your program look like? And what is your unique framework? What is this completely we've built the program in 30 days. Then in your first 60 days, so in month 2, we're going to be recording your program. We're going to be setting up your program. We're going to be doing the tech part of your program, which is daunting for some people. I'm not a tech person, but I do know how to set up programs and offers. And then I also have 2 co-coaches in my program who are specialty people when it comes to tech and systems and automations. They are geniuses. And so they're in that program to help you set it all up. Month 3, we're going to do pre-launching. So pre-launching is going to look like setting up your full pre-launch strategy from social media to whatever platform you're going to use to email. How are we going to pre-launch this offer? What is this going to look like? So we can possibly pre-sale seats even. I love to pre-sale seats. It's one of my favorite things ever. Month 4, we're going to launch your program. So again, you're going to have everything you need to launch, from your sales copy, your swipe copy, your emails, your social posts, and your strategy for launching. And we make launching fun and simple. We don't do daunting, oh my God, big launches that are stressful and pressing. And I don't do that kind of stuff because I absolutely hate it and it stresses me out. And I would never want to do that to a client. So we just make it simple. We make it fun. Launching is not even the correct term because we're not doing a launch. We're really just selling. We're showing up and selling your program. Month 4, we're going to do data tracking, analytics. So we're seeing what's working, what isn't working. Do we need to tweak anything? And this is the point in the sales process where I see a lot of people fall off. A lot of people are it's not going the way I thought it was, or, I want to tweak something. They want to change something in month 4 or 5. They're I want to change this. I want to change that. And so this is the perfect place to get that mindset coaching, that support coaching. And then in month 6, we're continuing to support you through this. And then we're helping you scale. So scaling is with 100K Academy. It is a 12-month program. It is the most hands-on group coaching program in the industry. We've been running this program for years. It is where we It is where we help you scale your group coaching program to 6 figures. We do it simply. We don't do ads. We do all organic marketing, sales. So what we're focusing on in this program is marketing and sales, collaborations, getting in more rooms, hosting summits, being in summits, being a guest speaker, being a speaker in general, and really scaling up your program, scaling up your business simply. No team needed, no ads. I don't even teach ads. I currently don't even run ads. And as well as no large audience needed either. And so the minimum qualifications for each program, so Coach School, the minimum qualification is that you do have to have an email list or you have to have a community. So Facebook group, some kind of community that you've built with at least 50 people in the community. And the reason we do this is so that I can see that you have some kind of freebie, you have some kind of opt-in, you have some place to be able to nurture your people when we start that pre-sale. For 100K Academy, the minimum is $3,000. So you have to have made $3,000 within your coaching business in order for us to, and you also have to have your offer built. You have to have your offer ready to scale. And so if you haven't built your offer, you just go through Coach School. In 6 months, we're going to have it built. We're going to have it done. We're going to have it ready to go, ready to scale. And then you come over to Academy and we scale it. So you do have to apply for each program. For Coach School, the program is only going to be ran a few times a year. And the reason being, obviously, is because we're going through those 6 months together. And then Academy, it is always open, but you do have to apply because, again, we have to make sure that you meet that minimum. And we also want to make sure that you're a good fit for the program and the program is a good fit for you. So you do have to apply. And within 24 hours of applying for one of those programs, you are going to get an email from our team that tells you if you are accepted or not. And if you are accepted, you're going to get access to the next steps. So even with Coach School, if you have to wait for your 6-month start period, you're still going to get access to the portal. You're still going to get access to all the replays and start really consuming some of this content. So that way, when we do get started, you can hit the ground running. And then with Academy, you get immediate access. So once you pay, you're in the program. We immediately start your 12 months. Now, so for Black Friday, let's kind of circle this back here. So for Black Friday, you will want to apply and secure your spot for 2024 with 2023 pricing. So what does this look like? You're going to apply. Once you're approved, you're going to get an invoice based on, and your application is going to ask you, which payment plan do you want? You're going to get an invoice for one of those payment plans that you selected. Once you pay, you get access. Again, you get access to your portal, or you get immediate access into the program, but you secure a seat for 2024 before the price increases. So what does this mean? This means you need to click the link below and get access to that $97 offer that I just talked to you about, because you're not going to miss that. Or sorry, $197. We had it for $97 in October. $197 offer, because you're not going to want to miss that, right? That's insane, right? And we can get started immediately. The first week of January 8th is when that's going to start, 6 weeks together. And we are going to build that program. Then you're going to want to, if you want to be certified, go to Coach Skills, lock in your spot for their, again, this starts January 8th that week for 6 weeks live with me. You're going to get access to the replays from the last 2 rounds. And then you're going to want to go to either Coach School or Academy and lock in your spot, apply today, apply right now, so that you can lock in your seat and lock in your 2023 pricing. If you guys have questions, always come over to Instagram and chat with me at @itstadaniels_LLC. It's always me in the DMs. Come chat with me, because I am going to just help you decide, right? Like, that's always my job, is just to help you make a decision. If you're new here, I just help you make a decision whether that is the program for you, it isn't, which program that is, or if it's someone I know in the industry that would be a better fit for you, because I don't sell people into my programs if I don't think they're a good fit, because that is not beneficial for you or me or my community. So click those links and get to securing your spot. Now let's get into today's episode. Overcoming imposter syndrome as a coach. I have been coaching full-time since 2019, which is quite a long time. And even before then, I was a service provider and I built my first agency. And so I've had quite a bit of experience, whether it's service providing, being a VA, being an OBM, running an agency, courses, VIPs, memberships, group coaching. I have literally done it all, and I've now coached on it all. And so I've seen imposter syndrome come up, whether that is for my women who've never coached before, whether that's my service providers who want to become coaches, and they're like, I'm having a hard time calling myself a coach. I don't see myself as a coach. I don't think anyone else is going to see me as a coach. I don't think anyone else is going to take me seriously. I don't think that anyone else is going to view me as a coach. And so the imposter syndrome comes in. And so I want to talk a little bit today about how do we overcome imposter syndrome as a coach, and what makes you actually. So first of all, what is imposter syndrome, right? What is even imposter syndrome? Imposter syndrome is where you do not view yourself, or you do view yourself as unqualified or unfit for something. You don't think you're good enough. You don't think that you're qualified to do something. And so imposter syndrome kicks in and tells you, who do you think you are, right? Who do you think you are to do this? And so I always want to ask, who aren't you to do this, right? So that is what imposter syndrome is. And I think a lot of us have probably felt this in some way or another, especially when you're doing something new, right? You don't feel like you have the experience. You don't feel like you're qualified. So you feel like, again, who am I to do this? I have been in that place so many times, even myself, right? When I first stepped into coaching, I don't even say I stepped, I fell into coaching because I was asked to be a keynote speaker at a conference, and I had never publicly spoken at this point, and I had not shown my face on social media, never talked on social media, let alone in a room full of hundreds of women. And so after that, those women had asked me to coach them. And I'm like, who am I to coach? I am not qualified to coach anyone. I just have information to share, right? And it wasn't even really, I would say, until maybe during my certification or after my certification, where I really felt like, wow, like I really, really feel qualified as a coach. And I mean, there's been points in my career where I felt, qualified as a coach, or I felt like I knew what I was doing. And then other points where like, I have no idea what I'm doing, right? Like I even go through these periods, these ups and downs, these spirals, if you will, of like, do I even know what I'm doing? I'm sure we've all been there, but so I didn't feel qualified as a coach. And then, through certification and through my skills and learning, I felt more qualified, right? But there's obviously things that I don't know and that I'll never know. There's things that are outside of my wheelhouse. There are things that I'm not even interested in knowing, but there's always room to grow. There's always room to continue learning, and you should continue learning because you're never going to be at this place where you know everything. Like you just will never be there. And so there's always going to be something you're quote unquote not qualified at, but we have to lean into what are you qualified in? Where do you feel confident? Where do you feel good? Where do you feel like you have really good knowledge and information, and how can you help people? And a lot of times what we're doing is helping and marketing and supporting women who were once in our shoes. So for me, obviously, like I just said, I used to be a service provider. Now I'm a coach. I help women who are service providers become a coach. I help new coaches grow their coaching programs. I help coaches scale because that was once me, right? I was the service provider. I then became a coach. I then stepped into coaching, and then I stepped into group coaching, and then I scaled my programs to multi-six figures. And so that journey of what I went through is who I'm helping, because I'm the best one to help you, right? I've walked that walk. I've been through it, and I can tell you specifically how that looked for me, right? But then I also want you guys to remember like the impact of coaching. Why are you even doing this? Why are you even coaching? You're probably coaching because you want to help people, right? Like my audience and my people, I'm going to assume, are change makers. You want to make a change in the industry. You want to change someone's life, and you're not in it just to get rich quick, because this isn't a get rich quick scheme, and building your own business is a beast. And so you're likely a change maker, and you have to remember that, why am I doing this? I am doing this to change people's lives. I'm doing this to make an impact, and I can't change people's lives or make an impact if I'm so busy and worried and consumed about myself. If I'm always just worried about me, I cannot help other people. What does this look like? This looks like I can't show up on social media, and I'm scared to start a podcast, and I'm scared to ask for a collab, and I'm scared to go live with someone, and I'm scared to go live in general, and I'm scared to show up, and I'm scared. It's all about you, and you're not putting the focus back on your client that desperately needs whatever it is that you're good at, your client that desperately needs you to show up for them and be that support system for them and be the person who's going to walk them through their journey and help them. And if we put the focus back on our clients and back on the people who need us, and it's less about us, then we can say, oh, I'm really good at this. I'm really confident in this. I know what I'm talking about. And there's people out there who need me. Right? There's people out there who truly want what I have. There's people out there who need what I have to offer, which is why I want to coach to begin with, because I have knowledge to give people, right? It's about them. So when I used to be in this space, or my clients are in this space, I always say, like, what can you do today to help somebody? What can you do today to change somebody's life? Like an email, a piece of content, a podcast interview. Like, what can you go out there and say today that would potentially help someone change their life or get them on the right track? Could you even offer them your freebie? Could you invite them to your email list? Could you invite them to your free masterclass? Could you invite them to do something to change their life? then I would also challenge you to celebrate your own successes. What have you done in your life? What have you done in your business? You started, first of all. Like, starting a business is absolutely crazy and insane and amazing, and you should be celebrating that. And more than likely, if you're wanting to become a coach, that means you have done something, you've mastered something, you've been through something, you have done something to gain some kind of information or knowledge to help other people, and you should be celebrating yourself, and you should be celebrating your success and how far you've come. And so many times, again, we get into this cycle of just continuously worrying about ourselves and being negative on ourselves and being so hard on ourselves, instead of truly leaning into celebrating yourself and celebrating how far you've come, and remembering you can always learn new skills. You can always learn new things, but I would challenge you to get in more rooms and to work with a coach and work with a mentor and be in places in group coaching programs with other women, so you can expand your learning, so you can expand your mindset, right? Because a lot of times we fall into negative thought patterns, and then we're by ourselves and we spiral, and it's just it just spirals, right? Like, it goes from I'm alone, I'm questioning myself, I'm having imposter syndrome, I want to quit, maybe I should quit, and you don't have this group of women to really like uplift you and support you and who have been in your shoes to fully walk this journey and this walk with you. So do continue learning, get in these groups. This is why I'm such an advocate for group coaching, because most of the time your people in your circle, the people in your life, are not going to give you the support or the feedback or the learning that you truly need to excel in your business. So get in more rooms with more people. And then the last thing is to take action. Take freaking action. The more you take action, the more you're going to know. The more you take action, the more clarity you're going to have, the less you're going to feel like an imposter, because you've actually done the thing, but you're never going to have experience in something unless you do it. Let me say that again. You're never going to have experience in something unless you fucking do it. So do it and start today so that you have experience and you feel less like an imposter, because you've been doing it, right? You've been doing it. You've been taking action. And I promise you that nobody out there is watching you harder than you. And most people are not paying attention to you the way that you think they are. And so stay in your lane. Focus on yourself. Stop endlessly scrolling on social, comparing yourself and worrying about what everyone else is doing, and start building the life that you want to have and the business that you want to have. Okay, my friends, that is all I have for today. We're going to kick imposter syndrome to the curb. Click the link below. Get inside that 6-week program for $197. You're not going to want to miss it. Secure your 2024 seats right now with 2023 pricing. And if you have any questions, message me on social at @itstaydaniels_LLC, and I will chat with you in the next episode.